Faneuil Hall is one of Boston's most well-known tourist attractions. Hundreds of thousands of people visit Faneuil Hall each year to take in its interesting history and to shop at the market. Tourists may visit the first-floor marketplace or the second-floor meeting hall. Both have extreme significance in the success of Boston as a city and even the United States as a nation. In 1742, a man by the name of Peter Faneuil, who was considered one of the wealthiest men in Boston by utilizing the fish market, funded the hall. Built and designed by John Smibert, a painter who decided to give architecture a try, the red brick building known as Faneuil Hall quickly became a center of public debate and a place to solve issues of the time. It overlooked Boston Harbor, served as a marketplace on the first floor and a meeting place on the second floor. The first floor was divided into sections, which were rented to merchants to conveniently sell their products. The second floor became the official City Hall of Boston, and many citizens met to elect officials and to debate local issues. From 1754 until 1763, the British fought in the French and Indian War, making them plunge into extreme debt. In order to escape from the poverty they faced from the war, Great British Parliament launched many tax acts, such as the Sugar Act of 1764 and the Stamp Act of 1765. The Sugar Act replaced the Molasses Act, putting taxes on many products and making punishment for smuggling more extreme. The Stamp Act forced the colonists to put a stamp on almost every document possible, including playing cards and books. Amongst many disgruntled colonists, a group known as the Sons of Liberty rose to lead the colonists into a revolution. While Faneuil Hall was supposed to be serving as a center for local issues, the Sons of Liberty, including James Otis, Samuel Adams, and Dr. Joseph Warren, led debates, particularly about the Stamp and Sugar Acts, leading to the extreme opposition of both. Many patriots gave speeches here in an attempt to unite the colonists against Britain. To this day, Faneuil Hall is still known as the Cradle of Liberty, as it gave a legitimate name and place for colonial frustration against the British in the vital years leading up to the American Revolution. In 1761, Faneuil Hall caught on fire, almost completely destroying the inside of the building. Within 2 years, however, it was replaced with taxes from the public. After the American Revolution was over with the signing of the Treaty of Paris, the population and size of Boston began to grow. Faneuil Hall's small, two-story design was not enough to live up to the requirements of the growing city. In 1805, a famous architect named Charles Bulfinch doubled both the width and the height of the building. In 1822, the city charter was instituted and Faneuil Hall stopped being the center of government in Boston. In the 1840s and 50s, many anti-slavery rallies were held across the country. Advocates such as William Lloyd Garrison, Wendell Phillips, Charles Sumner, and Frederick Douglass all presented speeches in Faneuil Hall. On June 8, 1849, Frederick Douglass, in a moving speech to the citizens of Boston, said, "You have no prejudice against blacks, no more than against any other color, but it is against a black man appearing as a colored gentleman. He is then a contradiction of your theory of natural inferiority in the colored race." He is now honored with the statue on the second floor of the hall. Soon after, Susan B. Anthony fought for women's rights, giving one of her speeches at Faneuil Hall. Other famous speakers, such as Daniel Webster and Jefferson Davis, were also featured here, reinforcing its name, the Cradle of Liberty. To this day, Faneuil Hall remains one of Boston's most important aspects of history. The bottom floor consists of stores and places to eat. The second floor is still used as an occasional meeting place for debate and is run by the National Park Service. The third floor serves as a museum for the Ancient and Honorable Artillery Company of Massachusetts. Throughout it all, a weather vane in the shape of a grasshopper has been seen as a symbol of Faneuil Hall. Designed by Deacon Shem Drown in 1742, it is the only aspect of the hall which has not been modified in any way. The Cradle of Liberty has been through it all: the American Revolution, the abolition of slavery, and even the fight for women's rights. Faneuil Hall is truly a place of significant history and has helped to transform the city upon a hill into something great.